for 2024, and we've chosen to speak about something that we know if it hasn't struck moms already, it's going to strike them in a couple of months' time. And we know that even though I finished homeschooling and you know, 3 of your kids have already finished off, it's something that we face as women and wives and mothers our whole lives. And it's probably better to get on top of the issue when our kids are small so that we don't have this moment later on where everything is falling apart. And what we're going to be talking about is how to deal with the homeschool mom exhaustion, the trying to keep up and feeling like we've got to do it all. And I'm going to throw it straight to you because when we were proofreading our last Barefoot Days manual, we put in a beautiful quote. And when we were discussing how we were going to chat about it, you brought it up. So perhaps you want to start off the chat with reading that quote to our listeners.
Yes. So it's from a lovely little book called Teaching from Rest. Isn't that a nice title? And it's written by Sarah Mackenzie. And the quote says, "Faithfulness is showing up every day to do the work he has called us to, whether or not things turn out in the end as I'm hoping they will. For my children to have a strong faith, be humble and compassionate hearts, a love for learning, and an academic skill set that helps them seek out knowledge and truth every day and everywhere is not actually within my span of control. It's not my assigned task. He isn't asking me to succeed on the world's terms. He's asking me to faithfully do the work." So, sorry, I stumbled a bit reading it, but I think that what struck me is that it's just every day doing what we need to do and not stressing about how things are going to turn out, because worry about tomorrow just ruins today.
Correct.
So you've got to just do what you can do today in today's circumstances with whatever's going on in your home and in your life. And that helps you to teach from rest, like the book's title says. So I thought it was a good one.
It is a lovely one. I've been in the evenings trying to get myself to bed a little earlier because as a birthday gift to myself, I went and bought a whole lot of missionary stories or biographies, not necessarily missionary, but biographies of Andrew Murray and Amy Carmichael is the one I'm reading at the moment. And then another woman, Carol Ward, who went into Uganda during Joseph Kony's reign of terror. And I was reading these things and I was thinking to myself, you know, what is that big work that God would have for me, you know, and what did I miss it? Is the time been and now it's too late, you know? And that evening somebody was just talking about all the acorns that are lying around at the moment. And she was saying she can't believe that tiny little acorn grows into that massive oak tree. And she just felt that it was her encouragement to not worry about how big the tree is going to get, but to faithfully, you know, sow those seeds into her children's lives and love the person that's right in front of you and make that meal and wipe up that spill and teach that maths lesson. And just to live in those moments instead of, like you're saying, fretting about, is what I'm doing now going to bring the right thing? Sure, we need to be aware of the seeds that we're sowing, because we sow good and bad seeds, unfortunately. But you know, just to be right there with the kids, doing what is needed at that moment, which then stops that trying to do it all, keeping up with the Joneses, and overdoing it so that we're exhausted.
I think that's it. I think we always are our worst enemies that cause ourselves the most stress. And often we should just get on with the task of doing what you've got to do today.
So, yeah, absolutely.